Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about the color requirements for the Frank Stella project. So for color, most of you are going to be using colored pencils. If you have your own markers, you're welcome to use and bring your own markers, but you'd have to bring them every day that we are in class. Obviously, if you're at home, you're going to use colored pencils, or if you have markers, again, it's fine. So I usually have people do one color section at a time and then check with me before they move on, because once the color's on the paper, it's very difficult to fix it. So number 3 says, at least 3 boxes should show complementary colors. So these are colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. Examples are red and green, blue and orange, purple and yellow. Number 4, at least 3 boxes should show analogous colors, colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Examples are yellow and orange, green and blue, etc. Number 5, at least 3 boxes should show monochromatic colors, one color plus black and white. The last 3 boxes are your free choice with colors. However, you should make sure you choose colors that balance with your artwork. Number 7, colored boxes should be spread out on the paper so they show color balance in the composition. Okay, so the short version is right here. I'm going to go to my document camera and I'm going to explain this in further detail. So the first thing is you need to have this planning worksheet out with you at all times during this part of the project. And the reason is because it gets super confusing. So I have to first decide, am I doing a symmetrical project where it's the same on both sides, or am I doing an asymmetrical project where it's different on both sides? That will change how many of each one I need. So I wrote 3, 3, and 3 because that's how many I need if I'm doing asymmetrical. So I'll even write that over here, asymmetrical. And then if I'm doing symmetrical, I wrote on the other side, you'll need either 2 or 4 boxes. So just for the sake of this, I put 2, 4, 2. You can change this. You can do 4 of those and 2 of those, or 4 of those and 2 of those. As long as you have at least 2 on each one. If you're doing symmetrical, it's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the focal point. The focal point is the center of interest for your artwork. So it should either be 2, 3, or 4 boxes. So I'm going to find that first. So on my focal point, on the asymmetrical, I chose black, white, and red, which is my monochromatic colors, number 3. Okay, on this one, I have 2 for my focal point, and that's fine. Now, I didn't finish these 4 boxes, so don't think, oh, you can leave boxes blank. No, you can't. It's just I didn't finish it yet. All right, so we're going to do focal point first. And I could either choose, I usually just let students choose. Do you want me to do number 1, which is analogous colors, number 2, which is the complementary, or number 3? I think I'm going to choose number 3 because I love monochromatic. So black, white, and pink is all I can use in those boxes. So I'm going to get out those markers. You're probably going to be using colored pencils because I don't think I'm going to have enough for everybody. So what I'm going to do is maybe I will start with the pink. So on a symmetrical project, you got to be really careful with markers. I am going to color, let's say this. Then, since it's a mirror image on the other side, this has to be pink too. If you're doing asymmetrical, you don't have to worry about that. But in these 2 boxes, the only thing I can use is pink, black, and white. Now, some people are like, well, where's your white marker? Where's your white colored pencil? Yeah, you don't need to do that because if you do, it's wasting your time. Okay, so let's say I make this section black. Okay, pretend this is all colored because I don't want to make the video like super long. I usually outline and then I color in with the marker. Then this also has to be black because remember, this is a mirror image in a symmetrical drawing. So pretend I got done with that. So in these two boxes, and they end right here. So if you're not sure, this could still be black because this is in a separate box. Everything in that box has to be black, white, or pink. You cannot go through and add orange and yellow or green and blue or whatever. Everything in that box has to be just this color scheme. When I'm done, I'm going to mark off that I did it. Okay, then, so see on mine, it's black, white, and red in my focal point. Then I'm ready to go to my next section. So for my analogous color scheme, which is number 1, on this one, I chose green and yellow. Since I had a dark green marker, I could use dark green, light green, and yellow, and that was fine. So I colored boxes that were kind of spread out from each other. I didn't clump all my boxes together because then that would almost create like another focal point, and it would be sort of, what do you call it, like competing with each other. All right, so usually I just say, okay, what do you want me to do next? So let's say number 2. So number 2, I can use red and green, but I also have dark green. So I can use red, light green, dark green. So I'm going to get out those markers. And I have those. Now, since I did symmetrical, I either need 2 boxes or 4 boxes the same. So I think what I'm going to do is I have these 4 corners the same. I am going to color them. So the only thing I'm going to use in these boxes is red and green. Since I have dark green and light green, I can use that. Same thing with colored pencils. If you have a dark green and a light green, that's fine. But if it's like a different color, that's not fine. All right, so I have the mirror image there. And let's say I want to use the light green here. So pretend I colored that all light green. It looks beautiful. This would be light green. Pretend I colored it. It looks beautiful. And then let's say I colored this all dark green. This is a complementary color box because it's red and green. Now, just for the sake of making it even, I could do the same colors down here. So let's say I colored it exactly the same. I know this looks ugly, but I'm not going to make this video like 20 minutes long. So I colored that. Then I would go to my last color scheme. So pretend this looks beautiful. My last color scheme that I need, because I already did number 2, so I can mark it off, is this one, which is analogous, yellow and orange. So that means my boxes, let's see, orange, yellow, that are here are only going to be orange and yellow, which is going to be tough because let's say I color this orange, then this could be yellow. And now I have this space here. I wish I had a dark orange or like a lemon yellow or something like that. But I'm just going to have to choose if I want this yellow or orange because you can't leave it white. There's occasionally I make an exception, but most of the time it's just you have to use those colors in the box. Okay, so pretend those look beautiful and I'm done. I have these 4 boxes that could be free choice colors. They're free choice, but you have to keep them symmetrical. So even if I decide to use purple, green, blue, yellow, red, a bunch of them, I still have to make them symmetrical. So let's look at my finished one here that's asymmetrical. I have 3 analogous color boxes, only use green and dark green and yellow. I have 3 complementary boxes where I use blue and orange. The color looks a little funny on the document camera. I have monochromatic where I used black, white, and red. And then I have 3 free choice boxes that I chose to not introduce another color and use black, red, and white because I didn't want it to be too confusing. Okay, so my suggestion to you, do the focal point first. Pick one of these. Then come up to me or show me a picture. You can email me and say, does this look good? If it's right, go on to the next one. If that one is correct, go on to the next one and so on and so forth. You have to have this worksheet out as you go. If you have questions, let me know.